Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hometown History. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Dami.
This episode is called Why York Mattered. This summer, we broke up with Britain. We are down at the new Hard Bargains outdoor installation, which is a sculpture in York. This is a brand new exhibit, and there's our third co-host there, Jim McClure. You can see it's a beautiful new installation that we encourage you to come check out. So we thought we would give you a little bit of the history of when the Articles of Confederation were adopted here in York in 1777. This was America's first constitution, which is the predecessor of our constitution, and this provided the framework that brought on France as an ally.
So on July 2nd of 1776, the Continental Congress voted for independence from Britain, with 12 colonies in favor and New York abstaining from the vote. Believing July 2nd would become America's great national holiday, John Adams celebrated the moment in letters that he wrote to his wife, Abigail. However, Congress still needed to finalize and approve the documents.
And that's what leads us to July 4th. Delegates carefully edited our divorce papers from Britain. I love that. And as Jim McClure has written, he put, much was riding on its wording. Not only was the world watching, but we needed to attract France as this ally.
Right. So some were worried about offending the British people with strong words or criticism. So delegates struck several of Thomas Jefferson's carefully worded passages, hoping to avoid turning the British against the American cause. So Jefferson's draft also criticized Britain for its involvement in the slave trade. The language, however, was struck from the document to preserve unity among the colonies, particularly in the South.
Can you imagine being the person today that edited Thomas Jefferson?
No, I couldn't imagine.
I guess everyone needs an editor, even Thomas Jefferson.
Even one of the founding fathers.
So once approved and printed, the Declaration publicly announced the colony separation from Britain. This created a new nation and marked a turning point in the Revolutionary War and, frankly, world history. An eyewitness says the Declaration was read in York on July 6th, which is possible. Some historians believe the local reading came several days later. So what did it actually accomplish in York here when Congress was here?
Right. So 16 months have passed, and we know that the Articles of Confederation was adopted while Continental Congress spent 9 months in York County after British troops pushed members from Philadelphia. But what do you need to know when it comes to our role in this important part of American history?
So even after declaring independence, Congress still had to create this framework for governing the new nation. Delegates debated and they compromised on several issues before agreeing on America's first constitution. It is often said that the Articles of Confederation was written and signed in York. In reality, most of the document had to have been drafted before Congress arrived. However, key provisions were finalized, revised, and approved during their stay here in York. So little fact-checking, it was not written here, right?
Right.
It was adopted.
So the move toward a formal union, plus good about an American victory in Saratoga, New York strengthened America's case with our ally, France. While still meeting in York, Congress ratified 2 treaties with France in May of 1778, and this secured a critical ally in the war against the British.
The completed text was printed over in Lancaster, and this became Congress's Philadelphia printing press since it did not arrive in York until December. The formal parchment copy was not signed until delegates had returned in Philadelphia later in July of 1778.
So despite deep disagreements, the delegates ultimately forged a common path forward. In doing so, they embodied Benjamin Franklin's famous warning that they all must hang together or risk hanging separately at the hands of the British.
And that's what leads us to our takeaway of our mini presentation today. The Declaration of Independence announced America's birth, right?
Yes.
Shouting from the rooftops, America is born. But more hard work was needed to create a nation that eventually came after. There was a lot of debate and compromise, and Congress not only declared independence, but also built the foundation of this new government, this American experience that we still have today. And York, of course, played an important role in that by our founding fathers spending 9 months here in Yorktown.
I love it.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us for our mini episode. Stay tuned. We have other episodes coming up in the future. Stay tuned for the SBA's 100th anniversary. And then we're going to do shorts this summer on eCam because it's easy for our busy schedules.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See ya.